Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Monday Matters. It is a Monday, November 7th. And this week's episode, actually, before I get into this week's episode, let me just say, as usual, what I do is I offer insights based on my church's Sunday sermon. And then I invite you to try on or kind of experiment with some practical applications for the week. Right. So now, this week's episode. Oh, child, let me tell you, there is so much meat in here, but I am determined to stay on point. Okay, so first, the message was brought to us this week by a visiting pastor because of Ma'afa. Now, that's a whole nother thing. And so you can send me a message or, ask me about it in the comments and I'll tell you what Ma'afa is. Anyway, the pastor's name is the Reverend Dr. Heber Brown III. And he spoke about, actually taught out of Exodus chapter 7, 1-7. And the thought was a God complex. Now, we've kind of heard this expression before, and it usually means that somebody thinks that, they think that they have the power of life and death in their hands. Okay. So he gave us a slightly different take on that. So let me tell you a little bit about what was going on in chapter 6 before all this was happening. So everybody, just about everybody, should know the story of Moses and the Pharaoh, right? Well, at this point in the story, apparently Moses had already gone to the people and he told them that God had said that he was going to deliver them. But they were so beaten down and oppressed, so burdened down by limiting conditions and situations and circumstances, they really paid him no mind, right? They were like, yeah, right, sure he is. You ever try to help somebody that wouldn't listen? You offer up something that works, and they either say okay and don't really do it, or they tell you all the reasons why it won't work for them. Sometimes I wish people would just fight for their healing as much as they fight for their limitations. Anyway, Moses did that very thing with God. So when God told Moses to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go, Moses was like, did I not just tell you that these people wouldn't even listen to me? So why in the world is Pharaoh going to listen? Plus, my speaking skills are lower than average. Now, at least when my clients go there, I will acknowledge, that something outside of them or sometimes the things outside of them seem tough. My God, he skipped right over that whole thing and he told him and Aaron, basically, can you just go do what I told you to do? Mhm. So now we're in chapter 7. Now, this is the way my interpretation of what Moses was probably thinking. So now remember, they say that Moses had a really bad stutter. So anyway, I can hear him saying, but I mean, I can't speak like a Les Brown or a Maya Angelou or, I don't have the skills or degrees, no masters, no doctorate. Basically, I don't think of myself as smart enough or valued enough or deserving enough for this position. You feeling Moses right now? Yeah. So, well, God replies, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? I have made you a god to Pharaoh, and your brother Aaron is your helper, right? So that thing that you're afraid of is actually afraid of you. Yeah, especially when you are walking fully, fully walking in your purpose. Because when you are walking in your purpose, it allows someone else to walk in freedom. It was a good one, right? Now, can you remember a time when you were told by somebody that you were less than what you believed yourself to be? Maybe a teacher said that you weren't smart enough, or a family member or a friend laughed at you because you had some idea or something that you did. Maybe a boss or a coworker told you to stay in your place. And that thing is still holding you back today. Well, there was so much more in here, but my charge is to leave you with an action step, not reiterate the message. So I'm going to leave you with two things that you can do. First, Pastor said, imagine if you embraced the idea of having a God complex. Now, this is pretty much what I teach in my workshops and all of my coaching programs. This is what you're doing when you design a vision for your life and then begin to build the life of your dreams, coming from that point of power that breathes you, the power that resources you, the power that's created all things. And then number two was embrace the idea of having help. Moses had Aaron. Now, I call it the Lone Ranger syndrome, but Dr. Brown said it this way. When you say, I can do it myself, that's your trauma speaking. Now, the truth is, you can't do it yourself, or you would have done it already. So in order to do more, you have to see yourself as more. Let me show you how to do that. Let me help you so we can all be free. Listen, I want to live in a world, with greater peace and greater prosperity for everybody, not just a select few, where people have access to healthy food, clean water, affordable housing, equal opportunities for education and health care. Now, what if what I want is being delayed because you ain't doing your part? There's so much work to be done, but we have to believe that we can do it first. So let's get at it. Now, as Dr. George Fraser, who is a networking guru, says, help me, help you, help me. Because it's not enough to agree with the Sunday sermon. It's what you do on Monday that matters. So until next week, I love you all so much. Bye-bye.